everyone, and welcome to another house building video. Well, not really a house building video, but a community lot building video, because I'm building a festival grounds, and since I'm building a festival grounds, this video will be long, because building a festival ground is like building the same lot 4 times. You have to do it for each season, or you have to put in the decorations and objects for each season. So it's like building 4 times. Actually, for me, it was 4.5 times, but I will explain that later. Anyway, I think this video can be useful if you don't know how to build a festival ground. You can learn, I guess, by seeing. But first thing you need to do, and it's actually the most important one, it's to get an object from ByDebug. It's called Festival Marker, and that will allow you to make a lot actual festival, and it will allow you to set the seasons, and you have to set seasons to do each festival for each season. So yeah, if you don't know how to access ByDebug, it's easy. You press Shift Control C at the same time, and that will open a box on top of your screen, and you can type there testing sheets enable altogether without spaces, and then space true, and press enter, and then you can reopen that box again by pressing Shift Control C at the same time. And once you open it, you write ByDebug, and that will make appear a question mark on buy mode. Buy mode. And that basically is the ByDebug section, where you can buy objects that you cannot normally buy in build or buy mode. Basically, it's objects that you can only earn by playing the game, like rewards from perfections or field trips, or spawners, like little balls that spawn fruits, vegetables, butterflies, etc. And one of those objects is the festival ground marker. It's a silver ball that goes invisible on live or live mode, and that, like I said before, if you shift click it, allows you to set the seasons. There are 6 modes on this ball. There is the normal 4 seasons, like the winter, fall, summer, and spring. And then there's by the way, I was trying to do a waterfall there. I think it looked nice. And there is a normal mode, where you just build the things that you want to show up through the entire year. Basically, you put there outdoor benches and outdoor linings and stuff like that. And then there is the construction mode, that it's basically a mode for Sundays, because if you don't know, the festival ends at Saturdays, which means in Sundays there is no festival, and it only starts at Mondays. So you can put things like kids parks, like swings, or gym equipment in that mode, so you can still have stuff to do on Sundays if you want to go to the park. Another thing I wanted to talk with you is the how is that called? The stage. I put in a stage from Showtime, and I remember that because of the Sunday talk. If I'm not mistaken, the shows normally occur on Sunday from Showtime, so I decided to combine this festival ground at the same time with the lot for the stage event to occur on Sundays. So it's like a 2-in-1 lot, I guess. It's actually a 3-in-1, because I also added the gypsy thing from Supernatural that allows you to have the psychic career. So yeah, I think it would be fun to have a gypsy kind of thing in the festival. So yeah. Anyway, about the modes, there's something you need to know. You can not build, or you can build wall or fences or doors, windows, everything from build mode you can build in one season. Like, let's say if you build it in summer, you can do that. The thing is, it will appear on every season. So if you build a wall on summer, it will appear on winter, spring, and fall, and it will appear on Sundays. It will appear the entire year. So what I would advise you to do is to build everything from build mode: flowers, plants, trees, fences, foundations, walls, public bathrooms that are actually buildings. You need to put that stuff on the normal mode, where you put everything else that you want to show up the entire year, because it just makes your work easier. At least it was what I did. Right now I'm in that normal mode, and all the stuff that I'm putting right now, it will show up during the entire year. So yeah, and here I'm just doing a little foundation where people can hit. I will put in a little roof in case of rain, and yeah, it's just a little space that allows you to eat and stuff like that. But yeah, and also things like the bridge that I built there, you should build that also on. And terrain paint is also something that you need to build in that mode, because it will appear in every single season and the entire year basically. And right here I'm building the public bathroom. That's something that needs to be there the entire year as well. But yeah, we are 7 minutes in, and I'm still doing the actual build itself and not the furniture. I guess the furniture, it's what it takes longer. But yeah, I was having some troubles figuring out what I wanted to do with this little house for say. I didn't know what to do with it, but I think in the end it's just very simple house, really nothing special about it. I don't leave the brick, I think. Yeah, I don't leave the brick, I change it. But yeah, I don't know what color I make it. I built this a while ago, but yeah, I think I made it orange to match the stage. But I don't know if it actually stays like that. And yeah, I'm also doing the inside bathrooms right now. One for girls and one for boys. Yeah, but this is something that you definitely need to put in on the. Oh yeah, I will put bricks. Yeah, I remember now. That you definitely need to do in the normal mode, because you need to have bathrooms the entire year. It doesn't make a lot of sense to do for each season. It's just more work. And actually, something that can make your work much more easier is to choose the same color scheme for the entire festival, because if you do that, you could put in the things for the festival on the normal mode actually, and you just let it be the entire year there, because it's the same color scheme. I wanted to make a different color scheme for each season. I made for instance, the fall festival has a color scheme of brown and orange. So yeah, and the summer festival has yellow, I think, yellow and blue color schemes. So I had to do the decorations all over again and change all the colors. It actually not change it, because you have to put in the objects again and then recolor them. So yeah, but here's another thing that you can put in the normal mode: outside tables and barbecues, because that's something that you normally have in a park anyway the entire year. But Yeah, I think on this mode I just put in more plants and some terrain paint. I didn't put much more stuff, I guess. And something you need to do too is to calculate how much empty space you need to leave in this mode, because you need to think, oh, here I want to put in the skating park or a tanning booth or the concession stand. So you need to think about where you want to put things in, so you leave empty space on this mode so you can put those things on the seasons mode, I guess you can say that. So yeah, there's, as you can see, there's a lot of empty space right now because I knew that I wanted to put in the carousel, and I needed to leave a big space for that, and the skating ring as well, which means I needed a lot of space, and all the other small things like tanning booths and the water arena and the photo booths and all of that stuff that is seasons activities. I needed space to put in, but in the end I did choose a really big lot. I think this is a 50 by 50 or a 60 by 60 lot, and honestly I didn't need it a lot that big. You can do a festival on a 30 by 30 easily, I think. I mean, there's things that you don't really need to put in on festivals like the carousel. And if I wanted, I had enough space to put in, how is it called? The roller coaster, but I think that belongs more to an amusement park than an actual festival. That's why I didn't use that. Right now I think I'm on fall mode, and I'm adding some pumpkin decorations and haunted house, because that's something that you need to have on fall festival because of the Halloween, and basically that's what I did most. The theme is basically Halloween and pumpkins everywhere. But I don't know, I like it. The haunted house, I did put in some things that create fog, and you'll see that in the screenshots. I think I did put in a screenshot of that, of the haunted house with the fog. But yeah, I basically just put in things that I thought that would look scary near the haunted house, and yeah, some skeletons there. But it looks nice on live mode with the fog. Then it looks, or it looks better in live mode than it looks on buy mode right now. And as you can see, I was putting on nighttime to see if the pumpkins have the right lighting and it would look scary. Oh, and here's something that I did in each festival. I put in those lights from the roller coaster venue. I think they are very good for festival grounds, and yeah, I change the lights for each season because each season has its own color scheme, like I said before. But yeah, and here it's pie contest. How is it called that? It's let me see. I'm not really remembering the name. It's a eating conquest table, right? So it's a pie conquest table. Am I saying that right? Basically, it's when your Sims go and try to eat as fast as possible the pie that they have in front of them. I think I used the pie for maybe fall and winter, and then I used the hot dog one for summer and spring. So yeah, but because you can put the hot dogs through the entire year or the pie to the entire year, it's up to you. I just thought that the pie would look better, or it would taste better on fall. I don't know. But yeah, here I'm using some smecanomes. I think it's how they are called. Smecanome machines. in that tent there. And if you don't have the stored venue that has those Mechanomics machines, I think Showtime came with some of those, and there's others kind of games machines that you can put in there if you don't have Showtime either. And here's the gypsy thing for the gypsy career. It looks nice. I think it's good for the festival. It fits the style. And I also put in the mechanical bowl for fall festival. It's the only festival that actually has that thing, but I thought it would look better in the fall festival because the colors were kind of going for a more west kind of theme, so I thought that the mechanical bull would actually be nice in this festival. Yeah, but there's definitely things that are exclusive to only one festival. For instance, I put in the burning, those things that your Sims go and cross with their naked feet and crossed over when they are burning. They came with Island Paradise, and I put that in the summer festival because I thought it would go nice in that. Yeah, and here I'm adding some horseshoes. What are they called? Horseshoe court, I think. So basically, you throw horseshoes and try to win. Yeah, that I put in every single festival, I think. Oh, and here I'm not sure if I changed the mode, but it really doesn't matter if you change the mode or not to add plants, because I think plants show the entire year and not just on the season where you are. And here is the skating rink. In winter there will be an ice skating rink and not a normal skating rink. And I also added some Showtime signs. I think they would give a little more light and I don't know, play feel to the festival. Festivals are supposed to be fun, so yeah. And here's the carousel. I did have a bug when I was play testing this. My Sims would randomly go to the carousel without me telling them to do so. They would just go, which is weird. I don't know if that happens to everyone, but yeah. If you don't want that to happen, just delete the carousel and put something else, honestly. But yeah, here I'm on the winter festival, and as you can see, I'm putting the lights and everything is empty again, so I have to do everything again. And the color scheme that I did use was red and green. And right now it doesn't look winter because there's no snow or no cold environment, but I did try and play tested in winter and the snow, and you'll see that in the screenshots, the snow and the more cold environment that the winter festival needs to have. But yeah, I'm just using green and red as a color scheme because it just remind me of Christmas, I guess. That's why I use that color scheme. And you need to have attention to something. The photo booth, I think is the photo booth, yes, the photo booth from the festival, like that tent. There is one from each season. You have to pay attention to which one you choose, because you can put the same one in the entire year. The thing is, if you don't put the summer one in the summer, you won't have pictures of your Sims with the palms on the background or with the beach on the background, because the background of the photos change according to the actual photo booth. So that's something that you need to pay attention when you put in the photo booth. Yeah, I think I'm still in the winter festival. Yeah, I just made the gypsy thingy that I don't remember the name to appear the entire year. And here I'm just adding some lights on the bridge that look a little bit more Christmas, because you need to have lights on Christmas. And I know the winter is, or the Christmas is not the entire year, but the winter is basically you preparing yourself for Christmas, and it's the Christmas season, so I had to use that color scheme. And that arena that I'm putting in right now, it's the snowball arena, not the water one. And yeah, I'm just adding some Christmas decorations. I think I put in the Christmas tree from the store, which is free, by the way. If you don't have the Christmas tree from the store, you can get it for free. I must be researching that right now. I don't know. Yeah. And those gifts are also free from the store. Yeah, I put in the Christmas tree. And I also put in hot candy and popcorns. But they are from a venue from the store too, so sorry if you don't have that. Yeah, and you need to be careful to not delete the things on normal mode, because I just deleted the fountain and I had to go and change the mode and put the fountain again, and it's a bit of work, so be careful and don't delete anything from other modes, because you have to change the modes and it's just more work. Right now I think I'm in spring. Yes, I am, because there's the kissing boots. But yeah, if you don't have objects that you're seeing right now on the screen, it's totally fine. They just won't appear, and you can put other objects that you do have. By the way, the color scheme that I did use for spring, it's a pink and green color scheme. I don't know, it just reminds me of flowers, and normally, at least in my country, it's spring. It's when flowers start to appear, and also, Valentine's Day and stuff. I mean, in my country, Valentine's Day is not in spring. Yeah, it's not in spring, I think. Is it? No, Valentine's Day, it's in spring in my country, so yeah. But in The Sims, you have the more love things in the spring, so I went with it and I added those more heart stuff and pink and all of that, and I added the green because plants and flowers and whatnot. But I think it's definitely not my favorite festival of the 4 that I did, because the color scheme is more for me. But yeah, the one that I like the most is the fall one. It's the one that looks more scary and more, I don't know, it looks nice at night, and because fall is my favorite season, by the way. I don't like being too cold, and I don't like being too hot. I mean, between being too hot and too cold, I'd rather be too cold, because if I'm too cold, I just use more clothes. If I'm too hot, I don't want to go around in my underwear or naked in the streets, and I don't want to be every day in the beach at summer. So I don't like summer. It's not I don't like summer, just I rather fall much better, because I like the wind, and I like being slightly cold. Yeah, don't like the spring as much as fall, because the spring it starts to get too hot as well sometimes. So yeah, fall is definitely my favorite season. It's windy and raining, and I like it a lot. I know it's weird, because there's a lot of people who really, really like summer and really like the beach and all of that, but it's just not my thing. Not really my thing. Anyway, I think we are still in spring. Yeah, we are. I'm just adding flowers and decorations everywhere. I don't know if you noticed before, but in each season I also put in some decorations near that space for eating that are related to each season. Right now I'm putting flowers because it's spring, and I also put in a wedding arch. I don't know if you noticed, in case if your Sims want to go to the festival and get married on spring. So yeah, and if you like that idea a lot, you can just put in the wedding arch the entire year and get married on the park in whatever season you want. And I'm also adding some butterflies and to the fences, because if you don't notice, that's something that I did in each season as well. I did put in those fences some decorative objects to, I don't know, make the festival more fun. But yeah, I think I will put in the gazebo as well on the spring festival and create a space like just with sittings. I guess it's more a relaxing space. And I was trying to put in the Fountain of Youth from the Sims 3 store, but then I thought, no, doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm not going to put it in there. And here I created, this is a winter, by the way. I changed it to winter because I remembered that I had limited edition from Seasons, and that comes with some ice objects. So I did use them in fall because I thought they would look better near the snowboard park, or whatever you wanted to call it. But yeah, back to spring again, and I think I'm adding some, I'm adding a little, how is that called? The Cupid, little statue, and adding the gazebo here, and I'll just put in some sittings, like maybe you're sitting there with your child and perhaps read them a story if they are tired. I don't know, it's just some place to sit down and relax. And I think we are on summer right now. Yes, we are. Like I said before, for summer I used yellow and or really light yellow and blue color scheme because of the beach, the yellow from the sand and the blue from the sea. And I was having some troubles because at first I wanted to make the yellow really light like the actual sand, but was a little bit boring, so I did put in a yellow bit more strong to give some more happiness to the festival, and if that makes any sense. Yeah, we are on 27 minutes. I'm getting a bit tired of talking, I'm not gonna lie. And near the concession stand I put in ice cream melting instead of putting the normal cupcakes that I was putting in all the other festivals, because it just makes more sense. By the way, I think this is the only, no, it's not the only, the spring one also had what I'm about to say, which is the ice cream machine. I did put in the ice cream machine in the spring and in the summer festival. And I put in the popcorn and hot candy machines the entire year. And those are the things that I was talking about before that are exclusive to the summer festival. So yeah, and I also put in the university fire bond. Is that how you call it? Fire bond. Yeah. I also put in that because I think, I don't know, maybe if you want to have a party at night in the park, and in the summer it's not too cold at night, so it makes sense to go there and just light up that fire bond and be there, and I don't know, I think it looks nice. But yeah, there's definitely something exclusive to each season. In the spring, I would say, are those loving spectre machines and the kissing boots and the wedding arch. In the winter, you know, the snowboard park and the ice skating ring, because all the other seasons have a normal skating ring. And in the fall it's the haunted house and the mechanical ball. So yeah, each season has basically their own unique things, and there's things that are common to all seasons, like the popcorns, the carousel, the photo booths, concession stands, which makes sense. And here I'm putting a water arena thing for the Sims to throw water to each other's, or water balloons to each other's. And I also put in the water slides. I don't know, just things that you kind of do on summer and remind you of summer. And I think I will put some rungs. Yes, I will put in some rungs that kind of look like towels or beach towels. So yeah, it actually looks nice. And I'm not sure, but I was going to put in those sea stars and seashells from By the Bug, but I'm not sure if I actually put them in on the summer festival. If I didn't, you can put it in yourself. But yeah, and I'm also adding some boat related things in the fences to kind of just remind a bit more of summer. And yeah, I also like the summer festival, how I actually furnished it or decorated it, and yeah, I think it looks nice. And I added different color to each how are these things called, round ones? I don't remember, but yeah, I put in a different color in each one because it looks more, I don't know, more happy, I guess. And festival is supposed to be happy. And I'm also adding some flags. I was trying to add on that fence, but it didn't look right. But yeah, I think we are almost in the end. There's also the other part, which is the Sunday. That's why I said that I have added to build 4.5 times, because I also went to construction mode and put in some small objects here and there to your Sims can actually have something to do on Sundays. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'm basically done. Just putting some firework. And yeah, I'm just checking each season now. As you can see, this is a bit fast, I'm sorry, but it's a really long video. It took me a while, so yeah. Oh, and the sandbox, which makes sense to have in summer. And yeah, here is the construction mode. I basically put in just some things for kids and some gym equipment. Nothing too out of the ordinary, to be honest. Just so your Sims have something to do. And here, by the way, as you can see, I'm adding some terrain paint. That terrain paint will appear in every single season, but it's okay because I have the things that I have there were needing some terrain paint, like the haunted house and the space, the gazebo space in the spring. And here I can see I put in some little objects so you can have something to do on Sundays, and yeah, just to work out or just to have a picnic. I didn't put in the picnic basket, I forgot, but it's okay. You can also put that in your inventory if you want. Anyway, we are in the screenshots, and basically this is the summer festival, this is the fall one, and I really like the colors of the fall festival. Here's the haunted house with the fog and the carousel. It looks really nice, the fall festival. Here's the winter festival with the snow, as you can see. Here there's less snow. I wanted to show with different environments. The spring festival, there's still some fall leaves on the ground. But yeah, we're done. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you did enjoy the video. Bye!